What is the most evil company in the entire world? Imagine destabilizing an entire country just to secure a fucking banana crop. Absolute bastards. Ever. The Dutch East India Company. Dole is up there with what they've done to South America, but the Dutch East India Company and Nestle are both good selections. All them goddamn diamond companies. Wasn't it DuPont that's estimated to have poisoned in some capacity something like 98% of the world's population over the last century? They are pretty far up there. E Corp. Colonial Penn Life Insurance for Seniors. The $9.95 plan. No benefit for first 2 years, and if you die after year 4 or 5 you have no net benefit. Total premiums paid exceed payout. Nestle. Fuck Nestle. The Church of Dollar Scientology. Purdue Pharma. Union Carbide is definitely up there. They are responsible for the Bhopal disaster due to corporate greed. They valued money over safety, and the city of Bhopal has paid the cost. Even still to this day. The company was bought out by the Dow and DuPont, and they refuse to pay out what the city deserves. It would be a fraction of what they make a year. Evil bastards. Purdue Pharma. OxyContin is still killing people. But hey, bonuses for selling by the milligram. Evil. Nestle. Their former CEO called the idea of water as a human right extreme. And that's just what is above board. Doofenshmirtz Evil Incorporated. I am a little biased since I just saw Dark Waters, but DuPont. De Beers. Shinra. By and large, they literally destroyed the Earth ecology, then ran from the results, while simultaneously enslaving the remnants of humanity to robot overseers. Also, exactly what became of the billions of humans on Earth before the Exodus? What do you think is in those shakes? Biggest company you've probably never heard of. Got caught flooding small towns with opioids. Nestle. They fought against people having potable drinking water as a right, and sold recalled and banned baby formula to third world markets. YouTube Kids. Most fast fashion brands. Child labor, wasting horrible amount of water while polluting it, burning or throwing the unsold clothes into the ocean, etc. Is this the monthly Nestle question? Acme. BlackRock. Nestle. Philip Morris and similar tobacco companies. Their own research showed how addictive and harmful tobacco is, and they hid it for decades. It kills a third of its users, and it's still legal. ExxonMobil conducted research in the 70s and concluded that global warming was happening and very accurately predicted what is happening now. Instead of doing something about it, they spent millions of dollars every year trying to persuade everyone that it isn't real. All of the gambling companies pretty much. Nestle, Monsanto, General Motors. Three fuckers. The US has every right to break up monopolies, but nobody has the balls to do it. Koch Industries. Shine. Purdue Pharma. Acme. They've never sold the poor Coyote 1 product that ever worked. Modern. Nestle, General Electric, Dole, all the AstroTurf companies Saudi Arabia and the CIA hire to get us hot and heady for war. Just so many fucking evil corporations. Anything that the Koch brothers ever touched. Sincerely all-time pieces of shit who fuck the world in the ass for more money. In history, the East India Trading Company had a good long run of colonial exploitation, that by sheer length of their existence, beats out a lot of modern companies by default. Ticketmaster. Herbalife. McKinsey Consulting. My medical insurance face with rolling eyes. Monsanto. ExxonMobil. They have basically damned our entire planet to hell. This company knew about global warming since the 70s and did nothing about it. If anything, they increased it all for profit. Now if you have children, they will suffer in the future, which is the reason why I really don't wanna have any myself. I'll probably adopt because those kids already here though. CVS Pharmacy Corporate is the worst. I had a couple ideas, but I have to agree with the top comment. Fuck Nestle. DuPont. They have poisoned literally 98% of all humans who currently live. Their toxins can be found on every single continent, in millions of species of plants and animals, and worst of all, they are forever chemicals that never break down. Women who become pregnant will pass on the toxins in their body to their children, who will pass it on to theirs, and so on, which means DuPont has poisoned not just the present population of the Earth, but the future population as well. Comcast. Big oil companies. College Board. Whatever company made the Nazi gas chambers has to be pretty up there. Fossil fuel companies. They paid politicians and spread propaganda and lies about climate change so they could continue to make money, knowing that climate change was going to be bad in the future. If we started to reduce carbon emissions in the 70s when it was first clear that climate change was going to be a major issue, the world would be in a much better position now. Wagner. Nestle. Amazon. Nestle or Walmart. Union Carbide. Chiquita Banana needs to be in the top 5 most evil, for sure. A lot of good answers. I'm gonna just say Purdue Pharma. I've always believed the larger a company gets, the more corrupt it becomes. Goes from helping the community to helping the shareholders. Tencent. A Chinese company that works with CCP and makes China's totalitarianism surveillance society possible. Thinking a video game company is on par or exceeds the harm of corporations that are actively making the planet unlivable, enslaving humans, abusing animals, and exploring billions in labor is the most sheltered Reddit thing possible. Some of these commentators ought to be ashamed of themselves. Big Oil, Shell, ExxonMobil, British Petroleum, etc. They knew about climate change for decades. They blame carbon emissions on consumers, all while lobbying governments to keep them and rely on fossil fuels. BP even influenced the 1953 Iran coup and Nigerian civil war. They are even allegedly funding the recent Myanmar coup. Ticketmaster for the win. Big Oil, without question. Nestle may be immoral, but their profits and business model are not destroying the environment and climate for profit. It's not like Big Oil didn't know, they knew before anyone else did. Has anyone said DuPont? They've unleashed some horrible shit onto the world. Purdue Pharma, and in particular the Sackler family, did some fucked up shit that killed and maimed a lot of people, as I'm sure everyone is now aware from the shows. Papa John's. I know what you're up to, Papa John's, and I'm watching you. Those papadias are a cover-up. Texaco. HSBC. DuPont. They are most famous for making Teflon and chemically similar substances. They knew Teflon caused serious health problems but continued to manufacture it anyway, and they were caught dumping it into the Ohio River, making the water toxic. Nestle. Nestle, they want to privatize water. Shell. They knew about the impact of fossil fuels in the 50s and buried the scientific studies. Cargill, hand down the worst company in the world. Why is no one saying Shell? Big Pharma has to be up there somewhere. BlackRock, and it's not even close. They pull the strings of the string pullers in the companies everyone is mentioning here. National Grid. PowerCo in New York. Monsanto Bayer, they give you cancer and sell you the expensive cure. Hudson's Bay Company, not sure about currently, but in the past they were awful to Canada's Indigenous people. They purposely sent blankets infested with smallpox into Indigenous communities to wipe them out. The gas company Shell, they attacked a country because they wanted to use gas and or oil to help their economy. Nestle for sure. Currently, it would be ITC or Nestle. Although both companies have some of my favorite food sub-brands, they are still